Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Makeup Mondays. Today's question comes from Nav Kara. She says, "Hey Deepa, I really love your videos. I like to choose the right foundation for my skin tone. However, I can never seem to find a right match. How do I find the foundation that works best for me?" Thanks so much for watching, Nav. The foundation question is probably the most common question I've gotten asked since I've become a makeup artist. A lot of people will find that they'll get the foundation in the store, but they'll go home and it'll be a different color on their face, or that after an hour it'll change into a different color, or that it just sort of breaks apart on their face and it doesn't sit really nicely. So the best way for me to sort of explain this to you is to break it down in terms of my thought process when I'm matching a foundation for somebody. There are several factors that you want to take into consideration when you are finding the right foundation for your skin. The first thing you're going to start off with is, what kind of skin do you have? Is it more towards the oily side? Is it more towards the dry side where you get really tightness and a little bit of flaking on the skin? Or is it somewhat normal combination skin? You're going to start with that. That's going to dictate what type of foundation that you should use for your skin. Then you're going to go into, how do you want the foundation to look on your skin? Do you want it to be completely fully covered and you don't want an inch of your actual skin showing through? Then you're going to go more towards a full coverage foundation. Because there are so many different types of foundation out there nowadays, there are so many different foundations. I'm sure you can find the right one for yourself. There will be ones that are targeted more towards oily skin, ones that are a little bit more hydrating, more for drier skin. And then the people that fall into that range in between can kind of wear a lot of different foundations. The next thing that you're going to take into consideration is, how do you want the foundation to look on your skin? What I mean by that is, are you more the type that likes to have a very natural finish to your skin? You want to see maybe a little bit of the freckles or your spots coming through? Or are you on the opposite end where you don't want 1 inch of your actual skin showing through? You have a lot of maybe discoloration or scars or acne and you want it completely covered. So that's going to dictate what type of coverage level you should go for when it comes to your foundation. So there are the full coverage foundations and there are the ones in between. There are ones that are more for dewy effect. There's one more for matte. And then there's tinted moisturizers that are more of a really natural coverage. There are so many different types of foundation in terms of coverage levels as well. The next thing that you're going to want to think about is your skin color. When you have no makeup on, do you have darkness around here and on your forehead? Most people that are maybe my skin tone and darker will tend to have that versus people with lighter skin, they'll just be one tone throughout the face. When you get into the darker skin tones, you will get a little bit of darkness right in here. You'll get a little bit of darkness right in here. And if you were to match your foundation to that color, it's going to make this area right over here really dark. Versus if you were to match this color, it's going to look really ashy on your forehead and on your chin. Another thing that you want to think about is not just your face up to here. You want your foundation to sort of flow from your face to your neck to your chest so that everything that is visible within here is one color. So that's another thing that you're going to have to think about when it comes to choosing the right shade for you. Another thing is your undertone. The undertone is pretty simple. You're either a little bit more yellowy olivey, or you're a little bit more in the pinky range, or for people that are even darker, you might have a little bit more of an orangey tone, or you might be a little bit more yellow toned. So you want to look at your undertone and determine, but by determining that, most people are a yellow undertone. We'll start off with that. Most people are yellow undertone skin. There's a very small percentage of people that actually have pink undertones. And pink undertones you can tell by people that have a lot more fair skin. You will see more of a natural sort of rosiness to their skin versus more that golden. Another key indicator is when you tan, do you go golden or do you burn? People that burn tend to have more pinky undertones, whereas people that tan tend to have more yellow undertones. And also your background. Are you of Irish, Scottish descent? That's going to give you more of a pink undertone. So that's kind of how you can sort of gauge what your undertone is. The rest of you mostly fall under yellow. And then for people that are even darker, you could tell if you have a little bit more orange. You'll be able to see it in your skin that you have a little bit more orange or you have a little bit more yellow. So you take all those sort of factors into consideration to determine the type of foundation you're going to use, the coverage level you're going to use, the coloring that you're going to use, and then you're going to take your foundation, and a lot of the stores will let you take sort of samples home and sort of test it out in your own natural lighting. You're going to take your foundation samples and you're going to draw stripes all the way down your face and onto your neck, and you're going to be able to see which one disappears more into your skin. The one that disappears more into your skin is going to be the one that's the right color for you. That's how you can tell the foundation is the right color, is when you can't really see it. If you can see it, it's not the right color for you. And then if you sort of narrowed it down to 1 or 2 foundations, do one half of your face in one color and one half of your face in the other color, and you'll be able to sort of determine that way which one is the best fit for you. So I hope that answers your question, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Makeup Mondays. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video useful, please share it with your friends and family, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. How do you prevent your eyeliner from running under your eyes? That is a fantastic question. I get that question a lot. You know, a lot of us love that sort of smoky, sexy eye.